and I am your DM for this week. So let's go around and introduce ourselves and our characters.
My name is Patrick. I will be playing Dapperton von Scalyskin.
Steven. Window.
I'm Sean. I play the human druid Locron.
And I'm Austin, and I play the tiefling rogue Archminos.
All right. Last session on the Kain Campaign, if you all remember, we began in the town of Undercurrent with a dark, stormy night.
Very dark.
They're so stormy.
So stormy.
And
Trashy too.
yes, trashy. Most notably inside the Bearded Hawk Tavern, where you all four met each other.
We did.
We did.
Escape the storm's fury.
I bailed some out with some clovers.
I want to drink.
By some I mean Dapperton.
Yeah. And then, so you also attended a funeral in the morning for that small Kender boy
Yeah.
Child nugget.
who had been struck by lightning during the dark, stormy night.
Well crisp.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Was he inside when it happened?
No, he was fishing.
Oh.
He got struck.
I mean, to be fair, you're fishing in a storm. That sounds like a metaphor for doing something
But this is
stupid.
old-timey D&D. The pole must have been made of wood, and it got struck by
I
lightning.
mean, if you remember, I was suspicious of the circumstances.
Well, if you
Right.
also
Wrong, they were
remember,
wrong.
if you also further remember, he had pulled out some strange metal cage that had flown down river, and
The
that's
strange metal cage fish.
that's
Terribly dangerous.
yeah, I don't
Highly
know.
electric.
That's why you don't try to catch him. But then he
least
did
he
on
pulled
accident.
out.
But the mayor, that's
No.
what confused the mayor. He thought that maybe the strange contraption was related to the dearth of spark salmon that had been noted recently. And that's why you traveled upriver at the behest of Locron, the druid who knew about lightning and all sorts of things like
we
that.
rode romantically up the mountainside on a pile of snow.
This pile of snow.
Jostled, if you will.
And my sneaky ass Drake, who I now have a stat block for, in
Thank
case
you.
we have any more DM related questions.
Jake the Drake.
Thank God. And Window blow floated, and Archminos, the tiefling,
Sashayed.
no, he skated on his like little hot feet.
Yeah, I skated on the surface of the slightly melted ice snow.
Yes.
It's almost choreographed.
Hey over there, Mr. Hotfeet.
Tiefling on ice this Sunday.
Yeah.
Hell on ice.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Ooh.
better name.
Yeah.
That is
Thank
good.
you.
But
I like when you use the word dearth, by the way. It's a good word.
thank you. I learned it from Chris Perkins.
Props.
But so you made your way through the icy climate. You crossed that canyon, but in between you fought some ice bats and red claw bear.
We did.
Uh,
Oh,
I
wait,
used-
was
I
that
used
his
window as a
blood,
parachute.
or
You
did the
did
bear
go
have
down.
naturally red claws?
the bear has naturally red claws. You probably didn't know that.
No,
'cause-
because he'd scratched up my Drake.
Yeah, but then you also, as you exited the cavern and saw a baby cub beset upon by that pair of hungry-looking goblins.
And
Right.
Austin had a trio of something that he has to remember, or they're gonna die.
Oh yes, I did have some baby white bat.
Oh,
Thank
nice
you
catch.
for
Yeah.
reminding me that
Good
I
catch.
didn't need to be reminded, but thank you.
There you go.
David,
You should have let them die.
He did. I remember to feed them.
Yeah. Really, what I'm
Oh.
gonna say.
Can I? Maybe this isn't the time, but I feel it's important. Can I make a roll to see if they recognize me as their father?
Like imprinted.
Yeah.
If they
If
imprinted.
I'm successfully
So
imprinted.
I
Yeah,
was
nature
actually
of me.
thinking about this while I was using the bathroom the other day,
Mm.
and
Necessary
Set
facts.
the
Yeah.
scene. Set the scene.
yeah, exactly. But I was thinking that once per day you have to take a short rest, which means an hour long or more, to care for your bats. You can't. So normally during a short rest you can use your hit dice to regain some lost hit points. But during that short rest, you can't if you want to take care of your
Man,
bats.
This is like a parental commitment.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Turns out you
One
cook
in
some
every
living
24 hours.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Rough.
be difficult.
And if
Alright.
if you do that, you can make an animal handling check, and we'll see if you get better at loving them.
All right. All right.
Roll
Not
to
the
mature
adjective I was
emotionally.
expecting. But
Yep.
Nice.
But,
But take it in the night or some shit.
Taken bat version. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you want my bat.
Liam Neeson really likes bats for some reason.
why is he hanging upside down in the cave?
That's the plot of Taken 3, right? It's just
taking bats.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh, there's
bats.
no taking. I thought nothing.
good.
Whatever, doesn't
They're
matter.
making a third.
yeah. So
The
then
theaters this summer, 2015.
We're not getting paid to
Sir,
pimp
take
Taken.
it real pen.
Let's just keep shouting out different companies.
In case they want to sponsor us.
Those boys, I like them.
Yeah.
I like the
Pet
chutzpah.
boys.
They said my name.
Yeah.
They have my vote.
Yep.
But so then you continued on following these goblins, and after a while, they're pretty quick, so you sort of lost sight of them, but you were following their tracks.
What? The goblins are pretty quick. They fucking move
While
like
carrying a
this
cub?
and shit.
They have the most ridiculous dexterity. You don't
Explain to
even
me
know.
why these goblins were so quick.
As they
They're
hustled along.
Yeah,
I can
they're
fucking
fine.
blow float, man. Like,
The
Aren't
blow
you dependent on the
floating
window? There was no wind that
I
day.
could like be windy, and then it would be windy, and then I would catch up to them. And
Dude, but the gusts could
You
be
were
going another
following their trail.
Yeah, that's true. We
Yeah.
haven't got up with them yet.
Would you like to catch up to them alone?
no, we
Yeah.
could just- I don't think I'm that strong.
You're not.
I can't handle them alone.
No.
But so anyway, you follow them, and now we are to what's actually happening now.
Yeah.
All right.
And so you actually see this cave, like I mentioned. It seems to be very clearly an artificially made cave, like dug out or something like that. And as you near the cave,
Like a snow fort?
well, so the way that I have envisioned it is that there's this cluster of mountains, right? But covering the mountains and sort of surrounding it are just gigantic glaciers, because it's how ice works.
It is.
Yeah.
And so it looks as though this cave has been dug into the glacier, and presumably far into the cave it probably, or maybe.
Are the walls rough hewn or are they smooth like obsidian?
Well, so right,
I hate you.
right at the outside, it looks as though they're rough hewn. When you get inside, you can maybe see more, but actually, as you approach the cave, probably about 50 feet around, everybody make me a perception check, please.
Percepciones. Ooh, I got a 19.
I got 12.
Dapperton's been in a cave
Nine.
before, let me
6.
tell you.
All right, so Dapperton and Locron, you both notice as you're tracking these footprints that at, like I said, about 50 feet in front of the cave, the footprints disappear. You don't see any trace of them anymore.
Dear beautiful friends, the only friends I've ever really had, we need a brief respite. I can tell the trash bags look a little
Yes!
rusty. Yes, we must rest
Ooh!
slightly for his sake also, I mean a little bit, but mainly his sake before we go into the cave.
The goblins have acquired flight. I can tell that definitely.
I think you're wrong, but
Nah.
either way, we should sleep on it.
It's possible. It probable even, given my past history. All right, let's take a nap.
Let's take a nap.
So you're taking a long,
We're gonna set up camp.
a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay, how far from the?
Immediately where the goblin footprints end.
Yeah. that makes
Not
sense.
quite, not over that line.
Okay.
Yeah, not 1 inch further.
And I spend my rest caring for my baby bats.
Well, since it's like a long
Okay,
rest, you
covers
can do
everything.
both.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stack neatly in a corner by a fire that I've made because I can make fires at the drop of a hat.
You
I
have.
care which hat which you have.
I drop the hat. I blow it off, and as soon as the hat lands, the fire
You just-
starts, and then I stack and fall asleep.
Yeah, you light the hat on
Is
fire.
the,
right?
yeah, is the hat consumed in the
Nice.
in the
No, the
flames?
hat's safe
I
from
make
flames.
camp several feet behind everyone else, so they're between me and the cave.
Yeah.
I have Barnabas and Briar start to assemble the pavilion, and in the meantime, I take out my Drake grooming kit and start to mend his nose wounds, his muzzle wounds, and fur back his scales.
I assume you like oil him up to
Yeah,
like.
that's what you do. You just
You
give
wax him. You pull out a
wax.
buffer.
It's a hand crank one though.
I use my time to use my I can make a simple psionic tool. I make like a one-way box essentially that lets gas in one way, and I put all my clovers in the box, and I just use my cantrip of where was it? Poison spray, and I make them. I make more petrified clovers.
Oh,
in my
you
box.
petrify them
None of-
Yeah,
yourself.
I do. I pack them together, and I just.
None of that sounds logical.
I know, right?
That I like
to
it
magic.
though.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm making a spiral out shield of petrified
Okay, so very slowly
Can
you're
you
gonna
make a psychic harmonica and just start jamming
Only one
into
at a
the
time.
night?
Yeah, maybe for my 10-minute break, I jam.
You jam on the
I jam.
harmonica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
And it's,
Psychic harmonica.
the campfire flames come from my 3-corner hat. They come out of the tri-corner.
Oh, it's a
Each one.
Oh,
of
I see.
So it's like I've put a spell in a hat and it makes campfires.
What's the hat trick?
It's a hell of a scene, really.
yeah.
You're got
It can be weaponized
Yeah, I
if
got
need be.
poison small boxes, a fiery hat,
Fiery hat.
Me just sleeping on the ground.
with cuddling your little
Cuddling
baby.
bats, just
I
nurturing
imagine
them.
you like actually nursing them like they're sucking from some.
They try to suck on his horns, but
Yeah, they like to nibble.
Well,
They teething on my horns.
They try to attack us. They probably drink blood, right?
Yeah, right.
These are probably
Sure.
vampire bats.
I'm trying to show them there's another way. It
You're
doesn't
a
have to be like this.
demon monster.
I actually am like eyeing Barnabas and considering whether he'd even notice if he got bit by it.
I'm sure Dap wouldn't mind if you had him.
You'd have to ask though.
We might have to work
misusing my
something
servants
out.
without
We
asking.
might have to
first.
work something
You work
out.
for my benefit, exclusively.
Yes, precisely.
So,
Does anyone have any food, by the way? I didn't think to bring any. Also, I will devour something tonight.
You can eat garbage. I can just magically make garbage happen.
Let's
What
let's
kind of
let's sleep and then
That's
go in the
entirely up to
cave
me.
and search for food.
yeah. Oh, okay. So, Archiminos plans on searching the cave for food, and
After we rest.
you take a rest. You have a night of nothing really happening, and actually,
I scream ooh loudly once at night.
Like midnight or something.
Yeah.
Just a mark.
Yep.
During the night, Dap he gets up and his big old reptile belly is just rumbling.
For
just
midnight snack.
rumbling away. And so he thinks to himself, well, if I was food and not ice, I would probably be in the only place here that isn't ice. So it'd be the cave. I should probably go and investigate it and see if there's any edible things inside that
Alone.
cave.
Pretty alone on that one.
Weapons, and forward we go.
Okay. One thing I do just want to say, during long rests, the way it works in 5th edition is that you get all of your hit points back, I believe.
No,
But-
you roll your hit die to
Well,
see how
but
many you get.
no,
back.
you get your
Oh.
hit.
So
That's
it
during
could've been
short.
a bad
Oh,
sleep.
yeah.
That's during short rests.
Oh, good.
Okay, yeah, then
Excellent.
you're just done.
I believe, but the thing is, you don't get all of your hit dice back necessarily. It involves like half your level or something.
Well, we only have the one hit dice anyway.
I believe you get it back.
So we hadn't used any short.
That's something we'll check for next session.
Yeah.
But so yeah. And also any of you who had expended spell slots, mainly Locron, because actually Window as a warlock, you get your spell slots back after a short rest even.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah.
So you're golden. So yeah, Dap
Away I go.
strides dragonfully into the cave, and actually, as you cross the boundary of the cave, you hear a whisper in your ear that says,
It's actually an ocular cavity. Oh.
you hear, you mean oral?
Oral cavity. I also have an ocular cavity. There are several cavities. You don't even know about my cavities.
My eyes hear something funny.
My dentist hates me.
Dentists hate him.
But so you hear a whisper that sounds like goblins.
Yes, probably.
Without breaking stride.
Yeah.
Just, yep.
No need to investigate. So you stride in, and there's actually it's a sort of a narrow hallway that leads down some stairs that have been carved out of the ice. And you continue walking, and eventually it opens up into a larger cavern. And so there are some strange things around. It looks like at some point there had been a fire made inside this cavern. Still, again, the cavern's all carved out of the ice. The walls are ice, the floor is ice. Hello.
Is he so far with it? We don't hear.
I mean, you could.
Did he secret away, or can I? Like,
It's probably about like a couple hundred feet away, but
Wait, are
it
we all still
echoes.
sleeping when this is happening? Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
so
I
it's,
mean,
okay.
well, so the way long rests work is you can be sleeping or you can just be relaxing, sort of. Like you just have to not take watch or do anything like.
Well, we were pretty dumb.
Can I-
No one took watch.
Can
so.
I make a roll for like staying in the shadows and following?
Oh, okay.
I mean,
you want to
do you
follow
know?
him?
Like,
Yeah.
did you
Stealthily.
Make me a stealth check. Do you
Yes.
want him to know that you're there?
No.
Okay.
I just don't want him
probably
talking to me.
won't.
Okay. Yeah, make a stealth roll.
Yeah, I'm so stealthy. Okay. I'm so bad at rolling. 9 plus 4, so 13.
Did we finally get to 50%?
Okay,
crits,
you
crit fails
he
versus
doesn't
regular?
know you're there, but you too hear the whisper that's goblins. And but you
Yeah.
continue you continue in the shadows. Dapperton, you see, like I said, this cavern, this icy cavern. There are some remnants of a fire, but they look very old, just sort of charred twigs and things. Off in a corner, there's some sort of barrel.
Barrels! Ah, yes. In my experience, barrels often contain salted meats or various sausages, oftentimes vegetables, which I detest, but I'm not judging people who don't. I'd like to eat anything right about now. I go to investigate the barrel.
Okay, you open up the barrel, and inside it appears there's some sort of like jerky on shish kebabs.
Fuck yeah.
And some strange looking like root vegetables. They look
Tubers.
yes, so similar to tubers. They taste kind of like a carrot mixed with a potato. So like
And poison gas!
My hand pops out of nowhere and sprays you in the face. Like, oh, I'm sorry. it's my
Locron's
barrel.
been hiding in that barrel for years.
Actually, I'm back at I'm at the tri-cornered hat, and I'm burning a bunch of whatever, really fucked up 4-leaf clovers because I hate them. They're the worst.
Oh,
And
4-leaf ones.
4-leaf,
the bad
oh, they're
ones.
bad. They're bad ones.
they're the worst luck.
They are. So I'm burning them, and one burns in a quick flame. I'm like, oh my god, he just went in. And then I go into the cave.
Man, these
Fortune
clovers.
telling.
Yep,
These
The clovers
clovers.
do everything.
they do. They're
It's a
great.
multi-purpose clover.
I mean, like, guys.
And a window
no clovers near you.
you
Okay, what's up?
see.
It gets really fucking windy in the room when you drop the clover into my hat. That's all that happens.
But you're outside.
Yeah.
It gets really
No,
fucking
when
windy
I sleep-
outside.
Yeah, but we're sleeping
You were
outside.
stacked.
Oh.
I mean, do you sleep? You're trapped.
I mean, I have to sleep. I'm a thing, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't have to sleep, that'd be cool.
We'll say that you
have to rest.
Sort of like
Yeah.
elves, you get like the trance. You
Like a
have to
reverie.
have like a 6-hour trance or whatever.
All right.
You three, do you want to follow Locron in or no?
I'm just feasting on
You're
jerky.
feasting on jerky. What is your passive perception? Because you're not.
What is that? Int?
It's 10 plus whatever your perception skill would be.
It's nothing. So yes, 10.
10. Okay. So as Archminos sneakily walks up beside you,
Do I notice him as I walk in? Because I'm coming from behind him.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, nice.
Because he did roll relatively well.
13. Above average.
Yeah.
A gentleman's
Above average.
13.
Gentleman's 13.
Gentleman's 13.
You might bump into him on accident, but that's just comical and comedic.
Yeah.
But
Both of
so
them.
so you notice, Archminos, that these rations appear to be partially eaten. It's like as though they had been. Each one had been taken a bite out of and then left in this container.
No fucks given.
Zero.
Oh yes, these tubers delightful.
But
yeah, I continue to.
Ah! Don't sneak up on me, man.
I was talking to the DM, but I guess we can
character.
say that happened in the game world if we want to be technical.
You had a German accent on. You can't.
I
tell.
thought you do. Is that how it works when you use
to
your
be
voice
fair,
voice?
you still talk like
That's
this
what I'm
no matter
saying.
what
Patrick
you
always
say.
sounds like a
That's how.
douchebag, so I just kind
That's
of
how I
assumed-
talk.
He's a giant ham.
I'd love it.
He's method acting this whole
No,
thing.
well, what I was gonna say is I noticed this peculiar thing and sensing potential danger to Lord Dapperton, I say nothing.
And Locron and
Can I roll
Archminos.
perception on like the cave? in
Yeah,
general?
please do.
All right.
Archminos, if you'd also like to roll perception, you can.
Perception. Let's see, that's 14.
14.
Gentleman's
What'd you
14.
get, Arch?
9.
9? Okay. So you
So
noticed
capable.
you noticed the thing about the rations, but Locron. I'm getting you guys confused. So around the rest of the cave, you see what looks to be some like stone steps that lead down further into the cave, and then on the far side of those is another smaller cavern. Where it looks like there's some cave paintings or something scratched onto the ice on the walls. And there's also what appear to be almost like sculptures, like made out of twigs and like bound together.
Can I
and-
roll history maybe on the drawings? Just to know.
Yeah, so if you actually, it looks like maybe there were some humanoids, like small humanoids, and maybe some sort of like large winged creature. But then there's also this,
Flight. I told you.
which is what would be carved into the wall. It looks like there's some writing that has been almost scratched off, like it's people are trying to scratch.
Terror.
Dapperton doesn't read. He has other people who do that for him.
Yeah. This means you can't read.
Is that why your intelligence is 0?
Yes. I never went to school. I had someone who did that for me as well.
Say hall?
It's very smart.
Yeah.
I can't
Anyway.
make out much because it's like.
Dapperton has finished the barrel, and he's finally noticed that Locron has entered the room, and he says, "You, wizard, wild wizard, what are you again? You're a druid." Yes.
Also, does anyone have any light or torches? Is something I should have asked. You have, because you have thaumaturgy, right? You
Fire.
can make light.
Aura.
I mean, you can.
You're
I'm
sneaking
still
around with the
asleep.
only light
Oh, you're
source.
there.
Yeah, I'm still back.
I haven't done it yet.
I'm so used to people holding lanterns for me.
You
I'm
don't
just
even
like,
notice.
Yes, of course.
You're like, this
Where's
is
the
natural.
light in this cave?
I mean, I believe Archminos has dark vision.
This is true. He does.
And,
up to, I don't know
60
what the
feet,
yeah,
probably.
60 feet. Yep.
Locron, who knows?
I mean, like, I can make something about clovers again.
Yeah,
I'm still piled resting
Go
up on
to.
the top.
I'm assuming you.
I need you guys will find out that you guys need to shake my bags to wake me up sometimes.
You're like, shit, we need light. And then you go kick window. You don't
Then his trash spontaneously combusts, so it like creates light.
actually. I assume whenever he needs to light something on fire, he just picks a piece of trash out of his, or levitates a piece of trash out of his bags. And
Yeah.
Oh, one of my bags ignites. No, it doesn't.
that's not gonna
Dude,
happen.
your trash
makes
hat.
sense.
That's how you.
Makes sense
That's
for
how
the
you
trash
imagine
bag.
It's your
nightmares.
fiery
Just
trash hat.
explode.
Oh yeah, I blow a little bit of trash out, and then the trash ignites.
What is
and
the
then
trash that you
I
blow
get
out?
the trash airborne, like some kind of parchment or
So
Okay.
you basically poop and light on fire.
yeah.
Laundry
Yeah.
sheets.
Yeah,
How does-
old, smelly clothing, hair. This time it's hair.
Decided.
It's beard hair.
Are you in the cave
It's
now?
It's dwarf beard
he's
hair.
not yet.
So now he
Okay.
comes into the cave.
Well, yeah, someone woke me because I was in deep
Barnabas.
sleep.
Barnabas came over. The Lord has entered the cave without his lantern. And he pokes the bags.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yes.
Point.
A thrilling, we're going to say that happened off screen. A thrilling dialogue between Barnabas and Window.
The deepest characters. They're gonna develop a bond.
There's like a lot there. It's a deep mine.
Oh, man.
Few words need to be said.
Alright, so now Window's in the cave and the party's together
So
again.
we're all in the cave.
And you can
Yeah,
see
someone
things.
split
The,
it, but we got
the
dark
light.
vision,
the-
I see what.
Well, but now Windows light that he's cast has reflecting off all of the different facets of the walls that are made of ice. And like I said, there's you see those strange shrines almost like made out of bones and twigs. Some of them look to resemble the winged creature that was on the cave paintings. Some of them just look like maybe symbols of worship or something. There's also those stone steps that lead further into the cave. You notice that none of the rest of the cave is made of stone. It's still all in the glacier, but these steps are particularly made of stone.
They're particularly made of stone. It's so stony.
So stony.
The stony staircase.
Yes.
So this.
Wait.
I mean, like.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna try to do something about these cave paintings. It says like mighty ruler. And
Yeah,
mighty-
can we? I'm gonna read these all out loud.
Yeah, please.
that-
Could I
Archminos.
guide
if you
him
want
in
to.
knowing anything about it? Could I
Well,
just,
first,
like,
read it out for our listeners at home.
Okay, okay.
So,
So I
to
see-
describe it, there is a sheet of paper.
a sheet of paper. There, it's scribbles and scratches all over it. In fact, the paper has like rips and holes in it.
Yeah, as though someone had tried to scratch
yep,
the wall
yep.
clean.
You can make out some words: terror, mighty. By the way, all caps. Ruler, THC,
And
alt, and
hail,
hail,
Zalt.
Zalt with 2 A's, and fierce.
And
So it could be Beyonce related.
So as you're shining
Pierce.
the light on this wall and trying to examine it, and you read the word Zalt, you hear again this whispering voice just in your ear say, "Zalt."
Seems likely.
Is it?
Yes!
Okay. Does anybody else hear the weird voice? I heard a voice. It's not mine. We
Which-
don't like it.
It's not Barnabas.
No, it's not this. Which weird voice is the one? Zalt,
it
goblins.
sounds different than my clover voice.
It wasn't me, my lord. Please don't hurt me again.
Shut up! Go back! It's too dangerous for you.
Yeah.
If you die, I'll have to carry my shit.
Yeah, we should, by the way, I'm here, hi.
Ah!
We should split
Deja
up
vu.
and go down the stairs. Yeah, is it deja vu?
It seems unwise for us to split up. I think we should probably stay together as the allies we are, the mighty four, as we are known and will be known forever.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
I
that.
would-
I'm Window!
Like a lot
Window.
of
Yeah,
being
I
a
agree
lord
with Window, yeah.
is marketing, and I think we need a better general trend than mighty.
Let's
four.
have a brainstorming session now.
Later though, later.
Later.
First,
Resolve.
daring do.
Let's
All right.
scratch the names up on the stone, we'll do a mind map and kind of pick out.
Flow
I made an
charts,
inspiration board in my
Yeah.
pavilion last night.
Destiny draw.
All right, I head down the stairs boldly. Boldly.
So
going
you
forward.
walk down the stairs. You notice that the stairs are actually very small. Like, I mean, the actual steps themselves. So you can take like 3 at a time. It's because you're a large dragon.
And I want to hold my ballista in front of me.
At the ready.
Loaded with a hair trigger.
Can we get
Without any light too, right?
Can we? Yeah, no one.
Just
It might be
literally
pointing
blind.
towards yourself.
Can you cast fire on the tip of my ballista bolt?
And start the whole thing on fire?
Hopefully.
Ooh!
And then yeah, it's because
Yeah,
he can.
yeah.
He's got prestidigitation, so he can light small objects on fire.
Yeah.
It's on fire now, so if you don't put it out soon, it'll
Nice.
hurt you.
I see you took my clover voice's idea. I'll be right behind you.
So
yes.
marching order is Dap, and then who's following up? Then
Locron.
Locron, who's after?
I'm blowing the tail.
You're at the very end?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, as a warlock probably should be.
Can he be like blowing over us? Like right above us all?
Well, are we in like a narrow...
It's
pretty
I
narrow
mean,
there.
Stairwell.
yeah, it's sort of a small, so you're in this large cavern that has a small stairwell down into a smaller
Okay.
cavern.
So you take the 6 window.
I could blow float in front of all y'all, and then if there's trubs, I just turn into a pile of garbage.
I feel
Turn
like
into what you
Did
are.
anybody see that pile of garbage just magically appear?
No!
It's probably
And then I convinced them they hadn't, because I'm charismatic.
like, oh right, no.
You have a thing that's just like an AOE charm. Like you can just be
Multiplayer.
like, everybody like me now.
Yeah, you well actually that's part
Make
of
those panties drop.
that's part of his
That trash seems so thrifty.
his pact that he made with the wind spirit gave him like a charm and or intimidate because you can either make them frightened of you or yeah.
I thought he had. It was from the Feywild.
Well, but it's the Queen of the Wind, but we modified it for our campaign setting to be
okay.
The Archfey or
the
something.
the wind spirit.
All right, so we're trooping down.
All right, so you make your way down the stairs, and you see these cave paintings around. It seems like the cavern sort of just ends at this point. There's this small cavern with a few cave paintings, some more of these little shrines. You actually do see what looks to be like a crossbow bolt on the floor, but you don't see anything else immediately apparent.
All right, darkness. Lord Dap, what? God damn it, I have to do this myself. Where are you, Barnabas? All right. Lord Dapperton, here to slay and I always forget the second part. All right, who's here? Who's here? Line up.
And
Be slain.
during this part, Barnabas didn't announce you because he's still busy looking at Window and like thinking really deep about him.
Barnabas, I assume, is just not like particularly quick.
He's
So I
still-
assume he's
yeah.
like, oh yes, the Lord, must get to the Lord.
And
What are the cave? Are the cave paintings relevant? Like what's on these?
the cave paintings, like I said, it looks sort of like the small humanoids, maybe like a big winged creature. It looked more of a beast than like an angel sort of thing, like a beast with wings, perhaps.
Yeah.
But again, they've been sort of scratched out, like they don't, and they're overlaid with all of those words and things that you see,
Hmm.
that you've seen. Zalt.
I say Zalt?
I say pepper.
No? Another nap? Okay, interesting.
So can we? So the room where he's in the room, crossbow bolt is sort of lit. So can he see? Like, are there people here? What happened?
It doesn't look like there's any people here. The room, like I said, just sort of stops.
Okay.
If any of you want to examine anything in particular, make a perception roll. If you just want a general perception roll, something.
Perception. I had a 17.
17.
I had 2.
Whoa.
Every time,
So
man.
bad
I'm so
at
bad
this.
at rolling.
5.
Jeez.
So
Numbers.
our 3 rolls added
16.
up are
16.
17.
16?
So, no,
All right,
he's
so
getting
Locron, you're busy examining the wall, and you actually, next to one of the cave paintings, you find what appears to be like an indent of there's some sort of maybe a secret door or something, but you're not sure. With that check, you don't really know how to open it.
I take out one of my petrified clover coins and I just kind of put it in the slot.
It's really
Like,
your
And,
yeah.
it's all
like-
ball.
it is.
The
It's-
black
That's
clovers.
thieves' tools, bro.
It
Just saying.
it fits very well, but you don't like you can't actually stick it into the
I kick it open.
the door. Make me a strength check.
You're gonna kick a stone wall.
Yes,
It's an ice wall.
An ice stone,
It's still-
stony ice wall. I know stone.
that is an 11.
You are confronted by a lot of ice, and it appears that maybe there's even some sort of mechanism holding this door
I
closed.
blow it open.
Ooh.
What do I even roll for? Shit.
I mean, you would make another
Everybody
strength.
roll what you're good against
You
this
would
door.
No, you would make another strength check. Well, but
It's a strength check?
Yeah.
Oh man, my strength
And
is shitty.
Dap, I never.
Oh, that's a
Oh my god. So you.
What's the line?
Yeah. What do you say as you just say no?
He
Okay. So
refuses for it to exist.
you just fire one of your trash bags as hard as you can against the wall,
There's
and
a
the
bowling
door.
ball in there. It's very strange.
The door does.
No, I hit the wall at 3 points, and the points make a triangle, and the triangle gets blown through the ice where the points of my garbage bag
and
landed.
you. So there's a small, not a small, but like a trash bag size triangular hole.
Totally.
In the door, and you see on the other side there are some mechanisms that appear to go under the floor, and it appears to tie into the steps, but you don't need the steps anymore because you already blew a hole through the door. If you guys had been smart, but no, I'm just kidding.
Dapperton pokes his crossbow in and goes, "What-ho! Stop whatever you're doing in there!"
Again, you just hear your voice echo. You don't hear anything on the
So he's
other side.
pleased.
Yeah, he likes
Well
the-
played, room. Well played. I like your style.
This against some Dap. This has
oh,
been fantastic.
With
Oh,
your
look at that.
perception check, I forgot to tell you, Dap, that you noticed that in the cave, as well as not seeing any footprints from the goblins, you also noticed that you are not making any footprints either. So no, there are no footprints anywhere in this cave.
No one here has feet. All our feet have been removed.
Yes!
We've become like window. This is our trash journey. We shall all become trash by the end of it. I declare it so, but I refuse to go along with this destiny provided for me. Forward!
And you sort of squirt through, not squirt.
Squirt through it.
Squirm is the word.
Squirt through. And then I walk
Just
in.
liquefies. Just liquefies.
Oh no! That's not canonical.
No, it's not.
You squirm your way through the hole, and as you step down on the other side, you realize that immediately on the other side of the door is a very slick slide of ice.
Yeah,
and
that sounds about right.
I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, all of us or just Patty?
Well, just Lord Dap as he makes his way through the small room.
That's a 9.
So you lose your balance very quickly,
Ooh.
and you hit your ass down and slide down this
Can I
ramp.
still have my crossbow
You
out?
can still have your crossbow out, but then you go crossbow bolt first into a pit of spikes, and you take.
Oh, man.
And you take
Shoot it!
You're
Shoot it!
gonna, you're gonna take some damage to the tune of 3 piercing damage.
That's unfortunate. God, no, this is a bad room. I misjudged you by your sultry baritone.
And-
No!
And so you, the other 3 of you, hear this sort of like through the hole in the door, you hear a and like a weird squishing noise.
And then Lord Dap yelling at the room.
Yeah, going, damn you, room!
What's going on, Clover? There.
Check.
Oh man, we gotta leave you in the room next time.
Nice.
Oh god. And so as you sort of peek your head through, and
pedal
you
my
can
wares.
see that on the very edges of the tunnel, there is the slide, but then there's some small, like, you can walk very carefully down the edge of the tunnel.
I saved my ballista though. No damage to it.
No one cares.
So-
I take the other steps.
Yeah.
The dainty ones.
The daintiest of
Wolfcron and
steps.
I
I
take.
blow out my lit quarrel.
And
Whatever you like, you kind of blow into. just-
so as you sort of like shimmy your way down the sides of the cave or the corridor, and then you make your way around the pit trap that Dap did not avoid. I'm assuming you climb out of the
Can I
pit
climb
trap.
out? Yeah. Is it easy or?
Well, if nobody helps you, then you have to roll.
Am I within touching distance of him?
You'd have to try to.
You like lean in and poke him,
Can I
like.
Archminos, give me your hand, and I lean down the pit
wants
just
to
to
look
touch him.
fucking hard in
Or
front
not.
of everybody.
I don't
So
know.
can I
Done.
dig my hand claws and my toe claws into the wall?
No,
and
you're
just,
in a pit of spikes. You can't look
And
cool.
like
There's no way.
It's like
You're in
a
pit of
push-up
spikes.
motion, but like really fast.
You want to like Ninja Warrior.
So without
it?
him knowing, I just touch him in the back so
Yeah.
he thinks he's better than he is. Just to give him some ego.
But Archminos has to hold
So I
on
do.
to you.
All right,
otherwise-
I'll hold on to
so do
Logron.
guidance.
Yeah.
Do guidance. And you get a 3 to your roll if you
Nice.
want it.
All right, so yeah, make an athletics.
Oh, athletics. I'm so good at that. And I got a. What did you give me?
I gave you 3.
So I get 21.
Yeah. So you jump out. You
Just blood spilling out, green blood. It's poisonous. Don't get it in your mouth. And then I follow.
Gee, you're so athletic.
It is.
and
So
so
any help?
Dusted off myself.
so now
Man,
Dap climbs out of the pit. You guys helped him out. Are you marching in the same order again, or what is?
I'm in front this time.
You're in front this time.
I'm less bleedy.
Who's
I'm
got?
on the other side of the.
I've
stairs.
blown float ahead.
You
I've blown float.
So you want to be in front?
Yeah.
In front of the
Alright,
druid.
yeah.
Do you still have light out? Or you still have
That'd be a good idea.
a torch of some kind?
Yeah, my hat will be just blowing in front of us on fire.
Okay.
No, wait, trash, not my hat.
Yeah. You got to protect that.
Don't
hat.
be
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, only when I'm sleeping.
So you're some sock, we'll say. There's a sock that was thrown out.
Fiery
Flaming
sock.
sack.
Man,
Sock.
a sock that's been thrown out. You know, that's probably it's going blue flame, blue green
Some
flame.
dirty evil shit coming out of that sock.
No.
There's a bunch of sin in that sock.
Can I roll for sock damage?
You mean you take the sock?
No, the enemies do it.
Oh, okay, I see. But
Take this Kobe fire sock. God.
I blow stinky garbage.
You
at
take
them.
6
Essentially
psychic
one of my
damage
moves.
off of the flame damage.
I can soil areas and then light them on fire. So
that is the weirdest
if I
part.
need to slow them down like the enemy, I'll just fucking that'll be golden. I'll just blow garbage and fire and wind at them and
Just disgust them.
They'll
so
never,
much.
they'll never catch us.
They take disgust damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earth, wind, and garbage, I think, is the. Yeah.
So far, enemies coming to us has not been a problem.
Yeah, well, I can discombobulate.
So you again continue on this corridor. Your blood Dap is sort of plopping out of you as you.
I have heftier scales on my thighs, and I take them off and I put them to plug my spike harness.
scales?
I have a thing at level 4 that lets me. I have better scales, but now my scales. These are just juvenile.
It's just
scales.
like you
I'm
like.
starting to shed them. It's a puberty thing. You don't understand.
So is his blood's poisonous?
Mine lightly.
He's
Lightly.
saying
I
it
still
is.
get summon a vial.
To be fair, no one's blood is good for you. Like you can't. It's
Unless
just
you're a
not. You can
vampire.
catch.
Unless you put it on your
stuff.
clovers.
Unless you're O negative. But.
I'm window.
True.
Yes. We're all aware, Window.
Yes.
I'm wounded. Can you heal?
Oh.
Do you heal things? Wizard, wild wizard. You
Don't.
heal things.
Druid, I believe.
Druid, come on. I see you druiding some of my blood. That's weird. Maybe make it up for me.
Let's
Give me
make a
little-
deal. I get some of your semi-poisonous blood.
Interesting.
And I'll heal you a little bit.
Okay.
Alright. I'll just heal you now with...
Oh,
I'll
man.
use...
Is this for that paternity test
like-
you were talking about?
Let's see. Well, I mean... I'll do healing word. So let's see. 1d4 plus my wisdom. modifier.
That's
Or no, I have 2 heals. None of them are cantrips.
okay.
So let's see here.
4 total.
Your wisdom modifier is 3.
Yep. So you heal 4.
All right, a little more than I even need. Put pep in my step. All right, sorry to make you waste that pretty much. All right, Dapperton's back in the game.
And,
Yay!
so that uses one of your spell slots.
Yeah. He's our hero for whatever reason.
Yay.
And so it goes. Window is again leading the way, followed closely by Locron and then Dap and Archminos. And you again reach a door. This time it's very clearly a door. The ice. It's all ice. Like this cavern has continued to be ice. You have yet to make it to the stony part of the door.
Oh, another ice door. Well,
Did we learn our lesson last time?
no, kick it in. Alrighty. That is a 21 if that's an athletics check.
It would be strength, but that's means
Alright,
it's
19.
a 19. Yeah, you bust through this door
Hello, monsters.
and stride through it manfully. I'm assuming.
Dragonfully.
And you stride into it dragonfully, and your foot hits a pressure plate immediately
I like that's you again.
on the other side of the door. And I would like you to make another dexterity saving throw as a gout of fire comes out of the sides of the wall.
Why can't it ever be poison? I'm resistant to poison. That's a 12.
Yeah, that was 12.
So close, but you need a 13.
God damn it. Nothing's gone right since that jerky room.
So, but you only take 1 point of fire damage as the fire.
Oh, that's toasty. Too warm, I'd say.
Reminds me of my father's fire breath. Huh.
No, he's poison, David.
Well, I mean, is
An
it
ancestry thing.
so it's
like-
hereditary?
Yes.
Well, maybe your childhood friend was a.
No, you never mix with other breaths.
Oh God.
Poison breaths are only for poison breaths. No one liked me and my family, but you only stuck with your family, and I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, I don't like fire.
It's like poison breath breath? No?
It's gross.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
He's a
know.
pile of trash.
So,
I don't understand that.
what's if this is like a pressure plate minefield? Is like what's the best way to get across it?
The rogue, send the rogue. Always send the rogue.
Send the fire resistant.
If you
rogue.
wanna-
Send the devil creature! Send the devil creature!
Yeah, if you want to like make a perception check or some sort. Does the rogue have any
Yeah,
sort
or
of
like a-
disabled traps, or do you not get that at this?
You-
I mean, I have
Thieves' tool.
dexterity, I have
Thieves'
thieves'
tools, don't you?
tools.
And these tools count as
These
used
tools-
in. Is
these-
it only for like lockpicking?
It's
and
more
shit?
like breaking into things.
Well,
and
but I
opening
mean, like,
doors.
what you need to disable a trap is like slender bits of metal and knowledge of how
Or
traps
can
work.
I just like gust window over them? 'cause
I
it's
mean,
immune to
I mean,
all-
if
I think
you,
only window gusts.
I'll try a perception roll.
yeah, just make a
Yeah,
quick
pressure
perception.
plates well, ideally wouldn't be affected by me, right?
God.
Wow.
Wait. 2 minus my perception modifier of -1, so that is 1.
I'm gonna take your bats and just throw them at the
No,
pressure
don't
plates.
touch my bats. Dude, my bats can't die yet.
I mean,
They wouldn't.
do you
Where does the fire come out
Could
of?
the walls?
Can I take
But,
my,
like, is it like a
I
wall?
essentially have like a sack
I mean,
of
no,
my
but when I roll a
clover
1,
points.
like,
Can I
do I
kinda
just like
roll?
go immediately blind? No,
Yeah, if you want to try to like trigger the
I
pressure
have,
plate.
with all the clovers I've been collecting, I can
Yeah.
be like, well, goodbye, fancy clover shield, and I throw it down the hallway.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
see if it activates. Like, and there's about, I'd say like 20.
So
clover
you see, you don't even have to roll. You see, at first it hits right in front of the door, and the flames are emitted from the sides of the walls.
Steven, what?
And
Just reading.
yeah,
Just reading.
remembering jokes you had made
No,
previously.
there's things I can do that I want to do.
I said
They're,
that I
they're
was
useless.
I forgot that I said that I'm 7'1", which is the same height as Shaq, and my weight is 407 pounds, which is fatter than Shaq.
Great.
You want to know that?
So after we've
I do
laughed at
corporate.
our jokes that we made previously,
Yeah.
So Locron, as the shield that you were crafting hits right in front of the door, the gouts are again emitted from the sides of the walls. You notice they're actually kind of low. They hit Dap in about waist height. And then as your shield continues to roll along, it doesn't seem to hit any pressure plates.
It was gonna be a shield.
It was-
but then I just sacrificed because Dap's a moron.
The
It
crafting.
singed my cloaca, alright? I'm a lizard. That's
No,
how I
you
breathe.
don't have a cloaca.
Yes, I do. I looked it up to make sure, because I know that the cloaca, with its idiotic bird genitalia, makes you uncomfortable.
Cloacas. No.
Unacceptable.
So
Minus
much
2 on your
no.
next
My
roll.
genital hole. That's what it is. I don't have genitals. I have a genital hole.
You have
General hole.
you get disadvantage on any cloaca
General.
related rolls.
David, as you can clearly see, I've rolled a critical 20 on my perception check to find out more about RP Gentlemen.
Well met, Patrick. All of our previous episodes are online at rpgentleman.com.
Ah, but is it not also true that they can be found on the iTunes or Stitcher, a third-party app for delicious audio love?
Right yet again, but were you further aware that for those listeners gifted in social media craft, we are on Facebook at facebook.com/rpgentleman, as well as on Twitter with the handle @rpgentleman.
Gasp yet again, but I might know more than you think, for I am aware that we are on Google Plus for the 3 people who still use Google Plus. We will not abandon you, you happy trio.
Well, all of our listeners should be on the lookout for our upcoming We Fight Your Monster campaign. We will be taking audience submissions for the most fiendish of monsters to pit against our 3 dungeon masters.
In hell.
Oh my. Goodbye. You get disadvantage on any cloaca-related rolls. But, so it looks as though you could probably jump over the pressure plate. Just knowing that it's there is really the main thing. So you hop over, and I'm assuming window blow floats, and arc
I'm gonna
Venus.
hop
Yeah.
over as well.
Definitely.
Or
Dab
around.
just sort
Definitely.
of pouts again.
You
I
kind
kinda do
of
a
like
pose in
just,
midair.
just flop on the ground.
I
roll.
use my prodigious jumping, which I know I have right now. I can do a long jump of 8.5 feet.
Mhm.
I know because I did the math.
It seems like it's only about 5 feet long, so you don't have to roll. You just jump.
Is that your
It's a big
jump
jump
battle
for a
cry?
fat man.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm particularly athletic. I'm that athletic kind of, stout.
Like
And
fat.
actually,
Jack Black, but way bigger.
as you're continuing on your way down the hall, immediately after the pressure plate, you notice on the wall there's some sort of inscription. It looks like a visage of a goblin, like smiling and giving the thumbs up, and then above it, it says Gary the Good Goblin, and then it has a picture of an eye and pointing at a foot.
I look at my foot immediately. I understand pictograms.
That's it. It appears to be some sort of pictogram, like a simplified communication system.
What does my foot look like?
Singed a little bit.
Fair.
Probably some drip blood on it. Can you describe the pictogram again?
So it says Gary the Good Goblin above a smiling like goblin giving the
Perception.
thumbs up.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you, so
6.
you,
Perception.
I mean, you don't.
you see it.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Yeah, you're the
There
roll
could,
to
be
see
more,
it.
could be more detailed to the thing,
And
There's-
it's just we're in an empty room.
you're
with
in the
this thing on
hallway
wall.
immediately after the pressure plate.
Got
The
it.
G in Gary the Good Goblin is actually a Q. It's Gary the Good Goblin.
But you see, like I said, he's sort of smiling and grinning and giving the thumbs up, like sort of like almost a motivational poster. Like
Mocking
and he's like looking, and there's a picture of an eye with an arrow pointing towards some feet,
Is it an arrow, like an arrow?
like a symbol
Got
arrow,
it.
not
I
like,
don't know if we're gonna shot the foot, so.
I know what it means.
Wait, so there's Gary the Goblin, but there's also a picture of an eye?
yeah.
Okay, so the eye is separate from
It,
Gary.
it looks as though Gary the Good Goblin is sort of like the spokesman for this image. Like,
It means there's traps, so look at your feet, right?
Watch your step,
Yeah, watch your step.
Oh.
which would have come in handy a while ago.
Makes sense as he's walking directly past him. And I would like to jump forward 8.5 feet. That's
just
all I'm gonna move.
constantly jumping.
This walking didn't work. Wow.
And you actually, in your jumping, you get ahead of the light, and then you accidentally jump into the wall at the end of the canyon.
Oh, I should have anticipated.
The wall at the end of the corridor, excuse me. And then
You've scuffed.
you've approached a stone door. It appears as though the cave is now making its way into the actual earth. And there's a stone door.
Is it got like a locking mechanism?
It looks as though it's just a sort of push to open.
Push.
All right.
Open.
You open and you see now it's a lit cavern. It looks as though there are some torches around. Again, there's ice in places. It's not entirely made of ice anymore, but there are some strange shimmers and reflections. There's some barrels. It's sort of a foul smell. You would suspect that it smells almost like sulfury, but also kind of fishy.
Yeah, salted fish.
in the barrels.
Sulfured fish. That's
And
what
Wait,
we
so
we-
are these? Do I know if they're the spark the
Spark salmon.
Spark salmon.
It smells sort of like spark salmon,
salmon-y?
but something strange that has maybe been done. Like
Super
they've been
funny 'cause I had
briny.
salmon for breakfast today, guys.
Oh,
Wow.
Grab lots of
Fancy.
bagels.
Were they
bougie
spicy?
ass.
Salmon and capers and bagels. Oh my god.
but the rest of the cavern, there are some stalactites and then some icy stalagmites. It looks as though the stalactites have been dripping and forming icy stalagmites on the ground.
I appreciate
So,
you using.
are you?
correctly
Do you have
those terms.
questions?
No,
or-
I was
No,
like,
you
is
used
that,
the
is that
correct way to
ice?
terms.
Does ice work that way?
Well,
If it has mineral deposits.
it's like as
in it.
though ice from the top has been melting
Interesting.
and then forming.
Dap notices none of this. He goes directly to the barrels. Barrels
and
have been good to him so
as
far.
you stride in, so this is all what you noticed as before you actually walked through the door. There are two more things you noticed before
Alright.
you walked through the door. You noticed some racks of what looked to be like supplies, maybe some cloaks and furs and things like that. Perhaps some food, who knows? And then you notice sitting far across the room what looks to be like some sort of sitting on a chair, looks to be some sort of sleeping hobgoblin in chainmail armor with an axe at one side, and he's just sort of asleep like that.
Throwing axe directly into
Yeah,
his head
yeah.
But,
immediately. no hesitation.
Before you are beset by the two hiding goblins on either side of the door who expected your arrival.
Goblin sneak attack.
One into either face.
No, it's called a surprise round, first of all.
Oh man.
And then also, everybody can roll me
Dad,
some
you're
initiative
so
if you
dumb.
could.
He's pretty dumb. Pretty dumb.
Wait, we roll initiative? Is that what's
Yeah.
happening?
Ooh, I rolled a 19. Dap,
What do you-
well
what do you
being
add to your
ambushed,
initiative?
well prepared.
Dexterity.
I got a 13.
Ark got a 13.
Oh wow, 19.
Wow.
Oh man.
And Locron?
The disciples 9.
Okay, and
An
so
acquaintance is not.
Yeah.
this is Dap. Each of the goblins, the smaller, they're not hobgoblins. They're just sort of smaller goblins with sort of pasty green skin and the typical goblin ears and things like that. They're gonna try to hit you with their scimitars. So this is
Scimitars. Wow.
17 on the first one,
That is a hit.
and then 10 on the second one.
Not a hit.
Okay, so you take
Take one, not the other. That's what my brother always said.
8 slashing damage.
Wow.
from the
Yeah.
one goblin.
Dang.
So glad I healed your ass earlier.
And then
doing?
both of them will disengage from you, and
What's this bullshit moving away?
as a bonus action, these
Ooh.
goblins get disengaged. So they move about half their speed, and they scamper towards the center of the room. One of them continues, actually stays near you, trying to fight you.
Again.
Yeah.
Man, I really should
I
have
say,
been
trap one more round.
raging that time. Probably been a good idea.
Okay. The hobgoblin who had been asleep wakes up at this. Though one of the goblins yells, "Oh, get them, you intruders!" And the other goblin, the other goblin who ran towards the spiral staircase that descends in the center of the room, says, "You idiot! Gary the good goblin sounds the alarm when intruders are spotted." And he
Gary's
Propaganda
behind
for you.
everything.
and you see he's running towards the center of the room. So now we'll start out with first Dap and Window. So let's have Window go first.
All right, so as a question, so my health is 9.
Yes.
3 trash bags. Can I separate it into 3 trash bags that can fight and do their own things, but they're 3 and they each have a health of 3?
It's like some
Let's
panda.
Let's
shit.
not do that this game.
Okay.
let's table
Uh,
that. Yeah.
Let's see.
That'd be a level 2 window power.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little 10.
Discombobulated.
We have to think about how good or bad that would be mechanically.
But if there were a lot of
It
them,
basically just gives him positioning.
Yeah.
'cause he's like, they can still hurt each of them. and
I'm
like,
weaker, but there's more of me.
but
happens
then
if one of them dies?
But then if one of them dies,
he
then
loses
you,
that health.
Yeah, then you,
Yeah.
but then you wouldn't be able to get back until you found more trash.
Sure.
I
Okay.
believe that power would be called recycling sorting by material, and it's you do cardboard, papers, and plastics.
Just separate.
Separate the trash.
Little bottle man.
It's called taking the trash out. guys.
Oh, walking the trash.
So
So how big?
Okay, but if I can't do that,
It's big enough.
gotta hit them motherfuckers with an Eldritch Blast. Shit.
okay, so who are you hitting at?
The
Hit
main
the,
goblin?
No, dude, hit the goblin right away. We don't want him to sound the alarm.
Yeah, I can take Shorty over here probably.
Dab can take more damage.
So this would be like
Historically, probably not.
it's Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, you use your use your spell attack, so you add 5.
5 to whatever I roll.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Nice.
24.
24,
Yes.
you definitely hit.
Dude, you
So,
roll
let's see.
awesome. I'm jelly.
Yeah, what's that? Just wonder what it feels like.
This 10-sided die,
I
right?
just
Yeah.
want to know what it's like.
Oh man, just 2 damage
Isn't
though.
that plus?
2 fire,
Yeah.
2 force damage.
All right.
Is there no bonus?
Yeah, no,
Is
it's
that how it
just
works?
The
D10.
goblin spontaneously detonates.
Sort of weak.
So you
Sort of
did,
weak.
you did 2 damage to him. So he takes it in the back and sort of stumbles
Takes
as
it in the
he's,
butt.
as he's running towards the spiral staircase. But he does not keel over. He's still making in hot pursuit towards that spiral staircase.
Need for speed, man.
All right, and
might
then we
not
come
heal you.
to Dap.
My father used to hit me with the scimitar when I was bad. That's now canon, and I'm raging.
Oh Jesus!
Don't you
So
gain hit
That's
points back from
some
that?
some.
no, I
temporary?
get temporary hit points. So now I'm at the 7, and then So it used to be as a punishment, a common dragonborn punishment, to be hit with the flat side of a large curvy blade when you are being punished.
Man, that is.
I have trauma.
That
Dark
explains
canon.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
So now I will be attacking the young goblin men.
The one who attacked you rather than sounding the alarm.
Yes, with one. The first one, Gah! Of my Scatter Skin Ancestral Hand Axes. That is a 16 versus his AC.
That hits.
Alright. Gah, that's 7 damage slashing.
All right. He is looking very bad off with just that one hit. You see, he takes it.
More than 7 life?
He,
Window doesn't have 7 life.
Yeah,
it
he
looks.
does. 9.
9.
It looks as though he is like on death's door with that one hit.
What, how much damage you do to the other guy? The running guy?
Only 2.
Only 2.
Alright, well, I guess I'll try and I'm gonna throw my other hand axe at the fleeing goblin.
Fleeing goblin. Okay.
Do you get 2 attacks?
Do action points
Yeah, I
exist
can
at this
do-
level?
With I have
Of
double
the
weapons.
D&D?
Say it again.
Can you use action points in this?
There are
version?
no action points in this.
Yeah, unfortunately. Alright, so I will. Oh wait, never mind. I get plus 2 damage when I'm raging, so that was.
All right. This goblin.
It looks like he's gonna stay on his feet, but then
He immediately falls over, clutching his leg, and goes, "Ah!
And
This is the end!"
he's clutching his leg in his hands. He's holding it to his chest because it's now not on his body.
And he
anymore.
cries himself to presumable death.
Oh well, that was dark.
And the,
Okay.
the goblin that's running away says, "Ah, you deserved it, Cork. You were never the smartest."
That's 12.
12
hard.
versus AC does not
Only
hit.
just intellectual goblins are the worst.
God damn it.
So the hand axe goes flying past him and sticks into the side of so the spiral staircase in the middle, I imagine, has sort of like a wall around it, and then you enter down and then you walk down the spiral
You're
staircase.
right, like whatever you say.
No, I'm
is.
just
Okay.
explaining it to you, and it sticks in that side, and you see actually sitting up top the low wall. There's a bucket, and it sort of starts to shake a little bit as you.
Oh, I'm about to be a fool of a chook.
And
God damn it.
On the goblin's turn, he says, "Bart, wake up! We're under attack!" And he continues to run, and he kicks the bucket off the wall.
Yeah.
And as it falls down the spiral staircase, it sounds like it hits several gongs on the way down.
That's all gone on the staircase. We had it installed by this guy. He was weird.
This thing about gongs.
It's I would call it more of a gong alarm system rather than just a
Well,
gong
you know what else
staircase.
is what? A gong? A gong is an alarm system. A staircase with a gong. That's a statement. You You're saying something about
You're
dogs.
sounding
These
a
are rich
presumably big alarm.
These are like monkish
And you
goblins.
hear from sort of down deeper into this staircase, you hear from lower levels of the dungeon goblin cries and alarm! And people, what sound like weapons being drawn. And then
I think we're
Can
probably
I-
needed topside.
and then
No.
the goblin will take out his hand crossbow and attempt to shoot the trash bag that has been lit it on fire with an eldritch blast.
Oh shit.
So this is versus your AC.
Okay.
So this
Oh,
is
that's the wrong
sleeping,
dice.
the sleeping goblin.
The sleeping goblin has woken up, but he's not. Oh, that's a crit fail against you.
Right through his chin. Bleh.
It goes. He fires it backwards, and it actually hits one of the barrels. And you see pouring out of these barrels are now sort of a pinkish powder that smells. It's the smell of fish and sulfur is just immense as these barrels have been opened up.
Fish paste.
And
Probably flammable.
and
Just saying.
the hobgoblin stands up out of his chair.
Question. Even because I've been attacked, do I have to be hit to rebuke?
What does it say? It should say.
Yeah. Being damaged by a creature. Yeah. I got damage. So.
So the hobgoblin lumbers out of his chair, picks up his axe, and with his other hand, you see he's holding some sort of handle that attaches to a rope, and he goes, "Gary the good goblin pulls the boom cord when there are
That's
intruders."
good.
Oh.
And he,
Can I yell, "Don't do it, Gary"?
Gorilla roll!
I'm very persuasive.
I touch him.
Can we talk you out of this?
if you want, you can
Yes.
try, but it's not gonna work. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I say, I roll to say, "Gary, don't do it." 19
And you can
plus,
add a d4 too.
plus 5, so we're at 24 plus 4, 28.
What are you trying to do what are you saying to him?
Convince
You
him
just
not
say,
to pull
"Gary,
it."
don't."
Don't do it.
Can you tell me what you're trying to say?
I could also charm him.
Well, you can try on your turn.
I'm
was saying,
I'm trying to persuade him that Gary does not pull the cord, and Gary actually sets his weapons down.
Yeah,
And just-
Gary is of non-violent. He's
He says, "Gary, you are not Gary." And
20
Yeah,
fucking
but-
80s.
But I know Gary. We are very close friends.
I've been going to the party
Yeah,
all the time.
all the time.
I mean, really, it's not your turn, so you
Yeah,
would
also
have
that.
pulled the cord.
Oh, okay. Get my
and-
hopes up, son. Crush them. That's fine.
Yeah, I know. That's how I DM. I like
Yeah.
to make you guys feel like you have power and then take it away.
28.
It was a hell of a roll. You know?
Fucking die.
So as he stands up and pulls this cord, you hear sort of in the walls some and above you the doorway the ceiling above where the doorway is there's a small and then there's explosions as the ice and stalactites begin to fall down.
And people in the center of the room are the safest, correct?
Yes, it would appear that it's trying to sort of block the exits, and so for now there will only be some small debris caving in. So I want everyone. I believe Window entered the room already, correct? So Locron and Archminos, if you could make some dexterity saving throws, please.
21.
Nice.
Yeah, you are fine. Do you want to step inside or outside of the room?
Inside.
Oh wow.
Inside. And
You never split the
Locron
party.
would, or I mean, Archminos would
never,
do it.
never split the party.
Yeah,
Mr.
like
Patrick.
6.
They split the party.
6. All right. So
Like 6.
Several times.
Archminos, you're gonna be taking some damage.
Oh no.
Because
You too, coach.
Oh my
bad.
god!
Because
I've
you
been-
can only
my,
roll.
My D6 is killing it tonight. You roll.
Literally.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage as some ice and rock fall on top of you.
Shit.
Bad.
And then the
Yeah.
emotional damage was
Yeah, it's
from Gary,
emotional damage.
the hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Damage you did to my feelings.
And then the hobgoblin will.
But actually, I might have a concussion.
The hobgoblin will, like I said, he's drawn his axe and he's at the ready to defend himself. So now it is Archminos' turn.
Yeah, my feelings are very hurt and I will retaliate in the only way I know how. Physical violence. And I will use my short bow to shoot, because I'm far. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to shoot the small goblin or the hobgoblin who stood up?
So
Do we have a map
which
on
one
this?
puts the boom cord?
The hobgoblin pulled the boom
I
cord.
think the fact there's no map means we definitely shouldn't have been.
He's a large.
Fucked up.
He's a large goblin. Sort of like I said, he's wearing a chainmail shirt and a helm. It looks like he's wearing, and he's got this big axe that he's.
Yeah. So arrows not good against.
I mean,
I mean,
give it a
you
shot.
can try. You
I
can
will
literally
try.
give it a
I
shot
will
if you
try.
want.
It's the I think it's the same as yours.
I would like to do that and throw my dagger if I can do that.
Can you do both?
I believe the
Two-handed.
short bow
Action,
is
right?
two-handed.
Yeah.
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 You gotta. You
I have
don't attack
long
twice.
fingers.
You gotta do.
Damn it! All right, short bow.
Creepy.
Yeah, 10 plus. What do I add to it?
It was above like
It should say
an 8.
short bow plus 4, so 14.
I don't add initiative or anything.
No,
No,
you
you
should
just-
14.
Yeah, so that's your dex plus your proficiency, and that is 14. That tings off of his chainmail shirt, and he goes, Gary kills intruders!
Damn it, Gary!
Yeah, I think Gary, you're too focused on this, Gary. Let's negotiate with my fist.
And
My
it's Locron's turn. After Archimedes, you can move. Do you want to move into the cavern, or do you want to stay to keep some distance?
Is the ceiling done exploding?
It looks like it's continuing to
Degrade.
Yeah, to degrade.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Caving in, trying to probably block the entrance.
Yeah, I don't want to move too close because I only have 2 hit points, but
Stand behind me, wayfish rogue.
and the band talking only has 5 hit points. So
7.
7. Oh, okay.
I got angry and 2 more.
That's
showed
not
up.
bad. Yeah, I'm gonna move slightly into some room. I guess probably by Locron actually, because he has healing.
No, I'm not saving you.
Fuck you, man.
I got 1 more left.
Yeah, Locron only has 1 more healing spell.
Dude.
Because someone was a leader and let himself into a pit trap.
I wasn't a leader. I was going. You followed me.
I'm window.
All right, so Locron, what
bigger.
are you up to?
Okay, so can you give me like the current, like, because I wish that we had a visual. The lowdown. So there's a hobgoblin in the middle.
Well, so
The gong staircase.
It's sort of a circular chamber
Yeah.
with a high stalactited ceiling, stalagmited floor.
Sure.
There's in the center of the room, like I said, there's a small. It looks almost like a wishing well, but it's just like
you
a,
wish for gong noises. You will be not disappointed.
It's not a well. It's just sort of a wall, a short wall that you can enter and then take the spiral staircase down.
Okay, so is that where the goblin masses are gonna come? And
That's where the alarm was set, and that's
Right.
where you hear the knives being
and
drawn.
so we have the hobgoblin in the middle, and then also there's
the hobgoblin's sort of on the far side of the room,
Yeah.
and then Dap and Window are in the center of the room, presumably near the other goblin who kicked the bucket into the staircase.
Okay.
And then Archimedes seems to be just inside of the.
So the enemies left, and there's the giant hobgoblin. What other?
Yeah, and there's
minor ones
the
are there?
one other small
There's
goblin.
one other goblin?
that Window blasted with his Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Who took 2 damage? So, but there are barrels of like fish paste things around.
Yes, there are the barrels around, and
I kind of
I
want
said,
to
there's
spill
some,
it down the stairs.
There's some racks
that's
of
what I was gonna
supplies.
I kind of want to spill it down the stairs. So I set my clover to spin mode, and I go over one of the barrels, and I like knock it down the stairs, thus like coating all the stairs hopefully with really gooey, smelly fish paste.
So as you kick it out, as you get closer, you notice it's not so much of a paste; it's really just powder. It seems to be like
Fish powder.
fish powder, and you. So
Roll
you
of
wanna,
perception,
probably.
son.
Yeah, it's really
I mean, do you want to figure out what it is?
Yeah, that'd be great. Perception.
Do they have
14.
investigation now? Is that-
Yeah,
No, it's
investigation is.
not. It's just perception.
No, there's no investigation. There's
Give
just
me.
intimidation.
You can make a nature check if you'd rather than perception.
No,
No.
perception's better.
14.
14?
Yeah, that'd do.
So this is very clearly made out of the spark salmon, it seems. It's like they took the spark salmon and sort of ground it up. You're not entirely sure why.
I look at Window and I ask him, "Are you Window?" as I dump the powder down the staircase.
Yes! Exasperated?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I've told you so many times!
I'm Window!
Whoa!
Then prove it and light this stuff on fire.
Whoa!
And as
I guess that's my turn. I guess because movement and action.
all right, so you throw it down the stairs, letting the stuff go down. You can, as a bonus action, use Healing Word if you want to try to heal somebody.
I get a bonus action? No, I already used healing. I used healing word. Crap.
No, I mean,
But
so
I can use it again. That'll be all my spells.
Yep, exactly.
I healing word. Archminos. Archminos, I guess.
Yeah.
You
My
yell to
feelings
him
are-
some healing words.
Archminos, it'll be all right. Yeah.
You
think
actually,
so?
I yell. You actually like my clover puns. And that is 6. You go for 6.
Woo, full health.
Nice. Back to the top.
Yeah.
All right,
thank
so
you.
as
So
you,
I guess no more of those. You don't have another one in the tank. Okay, it's fine. Finger guns. Cha-cha.
as you
Finger guns.
you
guys.
throw the powder down the staircase, and the barrel sort of boom boom. It hits some of the gongs on the way down, so there's more.
Dong, dong, dong,
Yeah, exactly.
dong, dong,
And
dong.
you actually notice that after the barrel goes past, you see some hobgoblins poke their heads up and look up and begin running up the stairs towards you. They're a little less sure-footed because of the powder, but we'll see how they do.
Is it my turn yet?
It's Window's turn.
Oh.
Especially when you window.
Alright, am I still face to face with one of these hobgoblin fellas?
I'm assuming that you're you sort of back away so you can cast at it, but the one closest to you is the small goblin that you did 2 damage to.
And did you say there was a well in this room?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I just. That's
it's
I-
the
staircase.
staircase
We're trying to
that
do a combo
goes down
move.
into the.
I want you to be. I'm trying to combo move. Because
You can press the digitate as a bonus action,
I put
right?
the
Like,
I
the
believe
flammable,
prestidigitation is
presumably
an
flammable
action.
powder down the staircase because you can make fires.
Yeah. But if there's a well, can I just blow him down the well?
You could try if you want to
Yeah.
slam him like
yeah.
Hellish Rebuke or
I
whatever.
want to. Well, Hellish Rebuke, I had to have been hit first.
That's
I think,
true, yeah.
right? So I can.
Oh,
can I
somewhere
just use another
other-
Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, for sure.
Set on fire.
All right. That would be
So a D20 plus 5.
a D20. Ooh, 19.
19. Yep, you hit him good.
Co.
D10.
Gah!
6 this time.
6. All right, you hit him and he collapses dead over the side of the staircase.
Blap.
And he goes, Gary would be so disappointed.
Yes, you would. Go to hell knowing that. And then Dap runs up and he vomits poison gas into the well.
No!
Okay, so how far does it go? What's
It is
the-
a 15-foot cone, and then they have to make a con save of 10.
So
There's
you
damage either way.
you see what looks to be 4 hobgoblin soldiers on the highest level coming up the stairs. So they have to make con saving throws.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one gets 14. The second one gets 5. The third one gets 10. And the fourth one gets 11.
And the ties go to the me, right?
Ties go to the saver. Because ties go to the attacker or to the saver. Whoever rolls the die, essentially.
Oh.
Alright.
So,
Well, they either get half on failure, so... it's 10. 10 points of damage and then 5 for the other ones.
Really
wow.
good.
So,
Taste my scaly skin!
Taste my get out of here, sure.
Yeah.
so the middle ones look particularly bad off as they cough. But the other 2 look like they're doing okay. They're not quite bloodied as they begin their ascent up the steps, and all 4 try to gang bust Lord Dap in the face.
He's at the foot of the stairs. I'm over the side of the wall.
Okay, well, so at the foot of the stairs is Locron.
Wait,
Yeah.
but they're both like the top of the stairs, right?
Yeah, they're both at the top.
But you said there was like a little
okay,
well.
we'll say 2 go for Locron and 2 go for Dap.
Whatever.
All right, so these 2 are versus Locron. They're gonna try to swing at you with long swords. That's 18 versus
Yeah.
AC and 12 versus AC.
First one hits.
Okay, so it does 6 damage, slashing damage to you.
Oh,
And,
we need to light some stuff on.
This is,
Dude, I got you.
and this is versus Dap, that's a 3, so no.
No.
But that's a 22.
Okay, well done, sir.
And
Good shot. Good shot.
you take
Well played.
5 slashing damage.
No, I don't. I only take 3. No, 2.
Two.
Running down.
Two slashing
How
damage.
does that work?
I get resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing
When
I'm
he's raging.
God, that's really good. You
yes.
get bonus
Shout
health
out.
and half
What's-
damage.
Yeah, but I have a way lower
What am I
AC
looking
than
at if I'm
even
getting- if
Sean
I'm getting
does.
shot at?
And the
What?
What's AC on this sheet? It's that 14.
yeah.
Okay.
And so the final hobgoblin.
Oh,
who's-
AC armor class.
The hobgoblin who got out of the chair and pulled the boom cord, will come running at Dap with his giant axe. And he's gonna try to
Not
swing.
about you.
Gary the good goblin never forgets. And he rolls terribly and whiffs at you real good.
I'm not gonna side. No, just because this man has a sword inside me. Don't think of it so easily taken.
And you hear coming from within the depths more what sounds like
We're so fucked.
it sounds
Yeah.
like and also I forgot to mention at the start of the goblins round there were some more chunks that blocked the doorway and it's very slowly getting you look as though you're
trying
getting
to kill us.
Time to do.
hammed in. But out from up from the lower levels of the dungeon, like I said, you hear the clattering of more goblins getting ready, but you also hear sort of a guttural, just like growl
This is getting
moan
better.
that's
Yeah.
just.
I bet that's a friendly thing. I bet that
And-
thing wants to be nice.
And in the heat of combat, you hear a whisper in your ear that goes, "Dragon."
No.
Well, I was right last time.
Yeah, you
so-
haven't been wrong yet, boys. Oh, should have been like more goblins right before I came in the room, but it's okay.
Yeah, all right, makes sense.
Yeah, very selective listening.
And we
Yes.
come. The window's just down. Window
no,
likes the
not
voice.
good.
So now we come to Arc Minos.
Yeah, I would like to use my powers to set my arrow on fire and attempt to make big explosion.
Okay.
You could try and like hit one of the dudes who got super poisoned, and then maybe falls with the fire.
Whoa.
Well, if okay,
yeah.
so
Are these
you're
in
on the
character?
wall-
Make it in character, everybody.
Hit him! Shoot him with an arrow! What the fuck? Why?
yeah, but so I sprint up to the wall, and the goblins are on the other side of the wall
Yeah.
with the swords.
Mhm.
So I simply can I
Can't
just
you
push
just piss
them?
fire? Like,
Yeah,
you're
you want to try to
demon.
push one of them in.
Can I push and shoot arrow?
No, the pushing would be your action.
Oh, you gotta just kick
no,
him in the
I-
chest and then shoot an arrow. Oh, that'd be so dope.
Yeah, it'd be some Legolas shit.
So no, I shoot arrow at. Why am I not using vowels and consonants? I shoot the arrow at the explosive powder because it doesn't have AC like the goblin does.
They should have
Okay,
roll it.
so
We don't know this explodes. Right now, what we know
It's
is
our only chance,
It's
man.
Our only chance.
the powder, the kegs. So the kegs of the powder are along sort of one wall. You see they're stacked along the wall. The one that Locron rolled down the stairs and sort of clanged and clattered. So there is sort of a mist of this powder lining the stairs. Which are you trying to? What is your end game, please?
Mine endgame is
explosion.
world domination. But
Alright.
for this combat, I want explosion in the well.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
try to
so,
set the
'cause I
stairs on
opened up
fire.
the barrel
But not
before I
the
got shit
barrels
down.
in the room because that would be counterproductive.
Yeah,
that would be pretty
Yeah, that'd be
counterproductive.
bad.
Yeah, so I shoot the arrow and I roll d20.
where was the dragon? Is that coming from? Also the
Also,
well?
also the well.
The guttural sound was coming from the well. Yeah.
Yeah, you could play coy. That's a dragon when you had a voice whisper in our ear. Dragon.
Yeah, so I rolled 9 plus. Do I put modifier
Yep.
on it?
So
Which
13.
one? 13, but I'm shooting at the ground. I'm not.
Yeah,
shooting
so
at-
we'll say that the fire hits the powder and it does ignite and there's sort of like a flash flame of
Yeah.
going down the stairs and each one of the goblins roll a d6 and we'll see how much each of the hobgoblins take from the fire. 2? Okay,
enough.
so they each take. So the 2 hobgoblins who had been hacking up the poison spray fall down and continue, and they hit some of the gongs on the way down.
Take it.
But the
Bitches.
other 2 hobgoblins sort of look at you angrily. They pat their feet out, and they look at you angrily and go, "You're next, boy!"
No!
Bye-bye.
Bye!
And now it is Locron's turn.
Okay.
But just to clarify real quick, Archminos, are you still pretty close to the exit of the room?
No, I had to run up to the wall to shoot my arrow over.
Oh, okay. So you're very close.
I'm like slightly
So,
behind
in theory, they could
Dapperton
get to you next
and
turn and
Locron.
hack your head off with a
If
sword.
they hacked off Dapperton and Locron first, yes, you might be correct.
Okay, Locron, what you got in
So
the
we-
holster?
I'm at 1, and
Use whatever fucking boomstick you have.
there. I almost plus that's gone because I healed you twice.
You healed him once.
Whatever.
Sorry. Set the
You're right,
story
you're
right.
You have good, use your daggers
Let's
and
not
you can
fight,
push
guys.
people. You
This
can-
is a friendly game.
Dude, just shove people up down the stairs.
I go.
Get
I'm
another.
gonna poison
Get more
spray.
powder. Just all of the powder you can carry. Just dump it down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's on fire already.
Yeah. Can I
Sure,
grab a
second.
barrel? Just.
To be clear, though, the powder, the coating sort of went like flash paper. So,
Oh.
like, it...
But is a smoldering? Is there a smolder?
I mean,
roll for smolder.
it's basically like gunpowder. So like when you see like a trail of gunpowder,
Yeah, and then there's nothing left after you trail gunpowder.
yeah, that's true.
And movie gunpowder, real gunpowder is like pop, 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 pop,
Yeah,
pop,
so
shit
you have
everywhere.
a lot of experience with real gunpowder.
Probably more than you have. Ooh, that you know of.
Anyway,
Well,
I
so
do
after me
not
is window,
drive.
correct?
after you use window.
Oh, man.
Okay. I go over to another barrel and I go, to be explicit, good sir window, I need you to light all of this on fire right
Dude,
now.
Just so you know, since you're within striking distance, if you were to not, so disengage is a movement where
I
you
would take
get,
damage and die.
You get half your speed away.
Oh.
But if you were to just move away, you'd provoke an
Because
opportunity.
you're like,
attack.
yeah,
wait,
whoa. As you're backing up.
can you grab the barrel and chuck it at the goblin? Because then you
I know barrels within reach.
I mean,
you can use move half your speed, get to a barrel, throw the barrel at the dude.
yeah, you can try.
Yeah, let's do that. Which is strength check, which is not gonna go great.
Yeah. Oh, right. You have a nice.
Yeah, I'm a little weak, nature.
Use like a sling and roll dex.
Or just roll a strength check and we'll see.
Could I do dex to aim a roll of the barrel down?
Ooh.
No.
Fair enough. I'll give it a shot.
That's why.
Absolutely not.
That's why there's
Can I do
a
an acrobatics
This game isn't about encouraging.
Apparently not.
thinking.
Well, I do.
Well, there's a fucking wall around the.
But not where the
staircase.
How?
stairway
There's
is.
gotta be like a little entrance way through this wall. Like
It
they
is,
really
and it's
just-
about a goblin's width wide.
So yeah, he's rolling it towards that.
The barrels are.
Roll it.
You can try. You can.
That's
You want me to do
David's
strength?
way of
So
saying
I'm gonna
it's
disengage
not
half my
gonna
speed
work.
to throw, or which you're
to
not gonna
throw a
roll.
roll. I would even say rolling is still strength because you're trying to funk it.
Fair
No,
enough.
you're just
okay,
trying to chuck
I'll
it
do
at the-
Okay, fine.
You're just trying to chuck it at the
I
goblin.
move it with strength. How about that? It moves through space.
You apply
It
teleport
teleports.
to it.
It teleports.
Yes. So
Int.
here it goes. Yeah. 5.
So you get it. It definitely rolls and it hits
It
the wall of the
probably breaks,
thing.
which
Yeah,
means
there's
there's stuff out
the
there.
top comes off and the again there's a nice coating down the stairs of the powder, the spark salmon grinded up coffee grounds.
At the top of the stairs, probably.
At the top of the stairs,
Yeah.
some has started to pour around.
So now, once they come up here, which they will,
Yeah,
we'll be ready.
It'll definitely create a great distraction that will probably hit.
If we can-
As we don't get away
As
and
perhaps-
die in the
perhaps
chaos.
Dapperton and might. So yeah, Window, you're up.
So now I'm by the far wall.
You're by the far wall.
finna
yeah.
dip.
Nah, man,
Window-
you got some sweet blowy uppy shit, right?
What, isn't everything already on fire?
I mean,
There's
nothing-
still there's goblins to be murdered.
All right.
That's why I rolled for you to blow up.
I'm going to. I can do a prestidigitate where I
Yeah,
do a
you
shower
can
of sparks.
light it up again.
So I'll light that shit up with my spark
All
shower.
right, roll a d6 and see how much damage they take. As actually, it's a more roll a d8 because it's a more concentrated.
That's this.
Yeah,
Wajarium 4.
4. Okay.
And this is just 1.
So with
Just
that,
one.
there's actually and Dap, you are
And can I also
Right
blow
up.
I'm on
towards
the other side of the wall.
David? Can I also
where the
blow towards the exit?
Yeah, as your movement, you can try to dip,
Which
and
is
actually,
covered in ice, though, I thought.
it's slowly
rocks are
exploding and
falling,
stacking.
right?
Yeah, so you can
I
sort
don't
of.
know, we should have done a map. This
We
is
really
confusing
should have
of
mapped.
where you are. It's always we're all around one wall in the center of a room, and it's still confusing as to where we're at.
Yeah, so I think we need a map because I wasn't expecting so much arguing about. No, I don't think
Well,
so.
yeah, it's just because everything you come up with is bullshit.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nailed it.
There are such things as no-win scenarios, as you liked to tell me the other day.
Did I?
Yeah, you were
Was I
talking.
quoting Star Trek?
You were talking about.
The Kobayashi.
Kobayashi
Maru,
whatever.
This
Yeah.
is the.
So, Window, you dip, you light the barrel on
I'll tell you a
fire,
story. Don't worry about it, guys.
and as the folk hero, I'm Window.
And they'll instantly know it all.
The two hobgoblins that were at the top of the stairs fighting Dap and Locron get blown up in the fire. They get singed, and their singed bodies fall down the well. Dap, make me a dexterity save just to see. It's only 10. You just got to beat 10 to not take damage.
Nope, 9. So close.
All right, so you take the 4.
Shy goes to the loser, right? No, okay.
The 4 damage.
4 damage. I'm at 1.
All right.
Alrighty then.
And now it is Dap's turn. You are current.
Wait, none of the goblins are there.
There's still the one goblin who had the axe who whiffed
that
at
guy
Dap.
Also, I don't think we've
Sucks.
heard him yet.
Yeah, he has not taken any damage yet.
Oh, fuck.
That guy really sucks.
Wait, was the explosion bludgeoning damage, like by the force of the fire force?
I was thinking
Fire
more
force.
fire damage.
Yeah, that makes
Fire,
sense.
yeah, it'd be fire.
We'll say you take 1 bludgeoning damage, but you don't because you have it. And it's
Yay!
0.
All right. So this guy probably, right? But we also need something. There's no other exits to this room, correct?
There's the staircase
There's
down,
down.
and the
Yeah.
the very soon to be no longer an exit that you came from.
And his turn is that guy's. Okay, so I just have to try and murder him as best I can.
Or run.
Where run to where?
I'll back out the door. No,
Exit,
the
that's where
Dude,
I'm
the door
going.
is exploded.
Windows hoping to dexterity around that shit.
Window, yeah, actually, on your turn, with your move, make a dex check to try to climb over some of the rubble.
Blow around.
Yeah, blow around the rubble and
Through
yeah.
and against. Oh, 7. That was
Plus.
a bad little turn there.
Plus, do you have
Plus
like
3. Is that
athletics or acrobatics or anything?
Oh. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I have acrobatics.
It's gonna make 10 either way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Which is jam.
you blow float through the debris. Your
bit.
trash bags sort of separate and go around all of
One of
it.
my bags gets crushed.
Yeah, you take two
Favorite part.
2 bludgeoning damage.
Alright, take some
jeez.
hits.
Yeah.
But do I get out?
But you are on the other side of the wall now.
Oh, hell yeah.
So Dap, it's your turn.
On window.
Which means, fuck you guys, I'm going home.
Window, you're garbage in a fight.
So no. I mean, like, I probably can't kill this
Nope.
guy, and if
He's
he
got
hits me
like
again, he'll
hella
murder
armor
me.
on.
And if you fail the dex throw,
I mean, the 3 of us maybe
I'll die.
could.
you also die. Still think's your best bet, personally.
Trying to run, but I have to disengage. That's 10. That'd be 15
Dude,
feet.
I think you
And
should
then-
be dying.
Do I have to disengage if I leap away?
I
I think it actually takes me less.
think
think yeah, you get less movement on there.
Yeah,
but
I'll see that
you
probably
can.
broke
I mean,
it
you
for
can
about
still
30
do the
seconds.
thing where you devolve your action into running again, so you can essentially take 2 moves if you.
Oh yeah. That just seems so unbarbaric.
Yeah.
Like maybe today's a good day to die. All right, I'm gonna fucking hit the half orc hobgoblin in the
character.
face.
You really are a method actor.
So that is fucking bullshit. So that is a 13 versus AC.
You miss him with your hand axe. Don't you have 2?
I pull the other one out of the wall and hit him again. That's a 21 versus
That
AC.
definitely hits him. You get some good damage in.
But I only get a D6, so I don't get my plus. I did 4 damage to him. What ho?
He takes it.
Give you what I own.
He takes it in the chest, and he sort of stumbles backwards and steadies himself on the wall,
As well you should.
and says, "Gary, the good goblin."
Shut the fuck up! No!
Take
no.
it,
I'm
Gary.
gonna die here.
We
I'm
need
not
to
even
kill
anymore
Gary.
about this Gary bullshit.
Gary, the good goblin takes no prisoners.
Yeah, apparently. All right, get on with it. Take me.
Do you want to try to run away?
No.
No.
I'll back up with both my hand axes. Just shink.
Okay, so you
In a
disengage.
Very effective.
Bloodlossy way.
Okay.
Can I rub them on my scales to get poison blood on my axes?
Yeah, I'll let that. That's cool. I like that. So it'll be poison damage.
It's slightly glowing too. It's luminescent.
Get that
that's the
checked
good
out.
blood. No,
You
it's,
should get that checked out.
it's not all my blood. It's only the good blood. The secret blood.
You
that
separate
gives
the white blood cells?
Like a real deep wound. It starts glowing.
Only get it
Yeah.
when you're about to die.
They're deep blood.
Only when your
Ooh,
iron
wow, like,
content
wow.
is really high.
So now it is the hobgoblin's turn, and again you hear more rustling from downstairs as more reinforcements begin trudging up the stairs.
Reinforcements.
Reinforcements. And with no one in sight, and he's sort of outnumbered at this point, he'll put down his axe and pull out a longbow and attempt to shoot at the trash bags.
No, he should.
I'm through a goddamn rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I'm
No,
sorry. I
he
forgot that you were
doesn't. He
gone.
doesn't want
That
to
makes
escape.
no sense. I hit him with an axe. He would
Okay.
be shooting at
He would
me.
be shooting at you.
You are.
I'll call you bullshit.
You are the Sean Bean to that orc guy.
Yeah.
He
Of course we'd shoot it.
rolled a 22.
I'm fucking dead.
How many damage do you have?
You're
A
good.
1.
Okay, I could roll a 1 on
It's
the damage.
possible.
I did not.
No, you didn't.
I rolled a 7. You take 7 piercing damage and fall
That's
down.
only half.
So you fall down.
3.
And for those,
Wait, is this for your main character or the other guy?
No, this is
my
him.
guy.
Dapperton?
Yeah.
And,
So I'm not dead. I'm just
no, you're just unconscious. You fall unconscious. Perhaps one of your friends could drag you out.
All 407
Perhaps.
pounds of me.
I'll assume that at this
Window
point,
doesn't know you that well.
Although he's just trash.
Yeah.
I'll assume at this point, maybe Jake has even made his way into the cavern, so you could lug him onto.
We got this. Me and Lockhart
I look
got
at him, like,
this.
but you shouldn't die. Badger's like, nah, but I'm dead.
You will see. We'll see. If I want some creative solutions to this, please. So now, Archminos, you hear an impending doom coming up the
Yeah,
stairs.
that's not good.
And
That's not good at all.
and your friend, your friend who also has daddy issues and helped you
Sure, we're kind of in that together.
take
daddy
care of
issues.
some bats. You know, your
bats. Somehow use them cleverly.
Are they super strong bats? You can like put him under his feet and his butt. And,
No,
like,
they each hold a rope in their little teeth and then they flap and carry me.
Oh, I've got an idea, but I'll let you finish here.
Oh, I was just gonna say your
I hear impending
your
doom.
best
Okay,
new friend.
So here's what I do: is I take the boom cord that the guy pulled, and I tie it around.
There's still a hobgoblin. They stayed
around
Damn it.
with a bow.
Yeah, he's no longer by the boom cord. He's again towards the center of the room.
Okay.
So you
I'm
can
just
sort of
thinking-
skirt around him.
Here, I'm just thinking what I could do is the same way I like move myself is by like heating my feet so the floor, because the floor is ice, right?
Mhm,
I
yeah.
mean, we're in an ice cave, right? So if we get the floor kind of slippery, get
And
the boom cord.
there are those icy stalagmites. so you
Ride
can
me
sorta-
out like a bobsled.
Yeah. And frothing, dude, you're dead.
You're poisoned.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, so here's what happens. So I don't know if you tell me if I can do this
Yeah,
on
let's
one
see-
action.
let's see what
but
happens.
I tie the boom cord around his feet. I
Yep.
stand back. I give it a huge yank, and as his body goes sliding past me, I leap onto it and ride it towards Locron, towards the exit.
Oh, perfect. This is great. Because of all of the icy stalagmites on the ground, it's like a Plinko machine.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm like yanking his arms to the sides, like trying to trying to dodge.
Blood as lube on the floor.
It's like a green, glowing green.
They got that good blood.
They'll never be able to follow us now.
And I reach my hand out and I go, Locron! Jump on!
Jump on. to our dead
At this
friend.
point, it's just like
Grab a barrel as you go by and like throw and explode it behind you for like extra force.
Yeah, Locaron, if you want to, because you still have an action, so you can. What do you want to do?
It's my turn now?
It's your turn
Okay.
after Archminos.
I mean,
You guys get.
I'm sailing by on an unconscious
Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Like, hello.
this is actually perfect because I can use
It's
guidance
face forward too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can use.
Guide us!
Because I can
Look,
touch it.
guide me!
Jump
I'm
on.
touching-
You have to touch Dap though.
Yeah, I have both like one hand on his temple, the
Can I
other.
roll the corpse?
No.
No, he's
But it
gotta
makes me
touch,
feel
he's gotta
better.
touch me because I'm
Yeah, you're the
holding
one doing
Dap's arms to like guide
Also,
him.
I really want you to use your thaumaturgy to every time you hit a stalagmite to make it glow a color like it's a pinball machine.
Probably do that.
200
yeah.
points.
I put both my fingers in his ear as the guidance touch.
You lick him, put him in his ear.
I wet William, so good. And I'm like, save us, you sexy bitch! And as we go towards the.
Did you roll the?
Yeah, no, he rolls it actually.
Yeah, roll your d4 and roll
That's lame. You should roll it.
It's
2.
It says.
2
It's target
and
roll.
let's see, is there any sort of like
Well, you have to
Aerodynamics. on
What
my
is this?
shirt
What is
sheet?
the roll to begin with?
so it's gonna be
Am I
dex.
making
I'd say
a
dex.
save?
I'd
Am I
say
making a
dex.
I'd say
save?
dex
You're,
if you
you're
have
dexterously getting him.
Okay, give me this yellow dice. Hopefully this changes my
Yellow die.
I'd say
19
Oh,
nice.
plus
Plus-
2.
Do you have any- do you have
Thank
any-
God you
22,
finally decided to
23.
roll.
Right.
For real.
I think
Before
I'm
you
sick
were all
of this
faking.
yellow.
Do you
yeah.
have any acrobatics or
I do
sleight
have
of
plus,
hand?
plus 4 acrobatics.
I'd give you sleight of hand.
You
And
have
sleight
you're
of hand.
proficient
Yeah,
with
that's
land
sleight of
vehicles. Window, you gotta
So
drive.
so that's
There's
25.
no vehicles
That's
around.
20.
I'm the vehicle.
No, that's more.
25.
Oh,
yeah,
25.
you are. Well, and also because you're proficient, you have your expertise,
outside
right?
the
So you
room,
get
though.
like to double the sleight of hand
Oh,
thing.
really?
Yes,
Oh.
that's how your expertise works. But so yeah,
Yes.
you are adept. I mean, it's almost like you've ridden your dead friends before.
There's a river
In
that
a
we're supposed to
previous
save.
life, I might have.
Dead body.
So yeah, and now Locron, you're on the back. You're guiding him. Isn't guidance? Isn't that a bonus action or is that a
It's one action.
Oh, it's one action?
moved,
Okay.
Yeah.
so you?
I want to state also that it's on my face, so you guys are riding my back, and I'm sliding on my face the whole way.
Yeah.
So,
can I medicine as well? No, because that's another action.
Yeah. So
my feet.
as you're careening past the chunks that are falling, they miss you. You narrowly avoid them. I just rolled.
Okay.
They missed you. The hobgoblin.
You guys get crushed. And Windows fine.
Windows just
Yeah.
like,
I blow full out
So,
of the cave, and no one ever knows your story.
you never become.
No.
I couldn't
Yeah, I
communicate
know.
at his window.
You know their story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Window, it's your turn. Do you want to keep leaving, or do you want to hop on their back, or?
I'm just leaving.
Could you?
Dude,
Could
And then you guys will catch up with me.
can you gust us?
Dude, yeah, no, you should
forward?
become like a sail. Like
Yeah.
a sail on me.
That would be
Or
amazing.
hasten the collapse of the door, so they definitely can't follow us.
Oh yeah, I could.
You could do a lot of things.
I could speed up the door
Yes.
collapsing.
So
yeah.
do you want
If
to
you
use?
like,
I'll Eldritch Blast
Do we make
the
it
corner
through
of the
the
door.
door? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
you sort of went
you
over
roll.
the
Now
rubble.
behind us like a giant
with the
fireball.
loom of the
Oh,
deep blood.
and presumably you're also sort of using your snowball.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're in the early
this is
part of
our
the cave.
response,
Yeah.
and the garbage
Nice.
man hasn't been
So-
useful yet. Although I guess I could put the garbage man to work on like taking the door down.
No.
I'm not gonna use him yet.
You have a garbage man?
Yeah, I
He
do.
has
Oh.
unseen
Summon
servant.
garbage man.
Garbage man, and he's got health
But,
too.
but it's
he's
an
really weak.
It's an invisible
got
garbage
strength
man
of 2.
essentially.
So
Dude,
he's
they're
kind of
always
like.
invisible. You
Yeah.
wake up
Well-
in the morning, your trash is gone.
Alright, so you guys come through the door, right?
Yeah, and then you blast
I'm
it.
like, oh, whoa! Because I thought you guys were going to be dead. And then I Eldritch Blast the door with an 11 plus...
5,
16.
Yeah, you blast some final chunks. It doesn't close up completely. The hobgoblin's able to try to get one last arrow shot through the door.
The amalgam of the corpse bobsled.
I'm
thing.
fine. I think.
But he rolled a 1, and so he hits.
shoots himself in the eye.
And he died. Like, just fuck him, he's dead. I don't like
He
him.
goes, Gary, no!
Commits suicide with a fucking bow. and
I think
arrow.
maybe you have because he clearly has Gary issues. You have daddy issues.
It's true. We should have bonded instead
Yeah.
of axed each other.
Who is this Gary?
No, I
I was here
We,
too.
we all have a Gary. So
We all have
that's
Gary.
the best.
So you
Gary's
continue.
Harry.
I'm assuming you sort of skirt around the various pit traps and you remember that the pressure plate is there.
No, all
Were
of them
they
have,
still
but they
triggers?
use me as a shield.
Well, can I medicine him immediately?
Yeah, if as soon as you're on the other side of the
Yeah, I'm gonna medicine
collapsed
him
door,
immediately.
you
How do you medicine?
I have medicine.
Yes.
It's a skill.
So you can
I assume it's like first
Nice.
level.
Also,
Does
it
first
stabilize him?
Well, so first on his turn, Dap would have to roll a death save. So roll,
Death save.
and he got above 10, so that's one
Good
success.
thing, yeah.
But yeah, on your turn,
So does medicine in this like give him a life roll?
It just
Or
stabilizes
is he done
him,
doing rolls?
and he's done rolling
Okay.
unless he takes more damage. And then after 24 hours, a stabilized creature regains 1d4 hit points.
Man, they made shit serious in 5e.
I'm
Yeah.
really glad we put a healer in our party, though. I'm glad of
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yay. Locron? Locron to you.
Locron.
Who is this, Sean?
Sean's what my clover voice calls me.
Gross.
Oh man.
So 22 for the medicine.
Yeah, you just have to roll above 10. So yeah,
Okay.
you're stabilized.
Medicine.
You no longer have to take things, and then they lug
you're
you out.
robo tripping now and just cough medicine. You just-
Just pours it down my throat. Burn.
As you exit the cave,
Which we do exit. I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want out. So.
as you
that's where I
exit
go.
the cave, you my lord, what? My lord is dead. Long live Briar.
Roll to resist my influence, Brian. From beyond the grave, I stab at
Revive
thee.
consciousness at least.
Briar rolls 14. I'm assuming he has no pluses, and he starts to stride happily away from the cave. And
I with my last, I start to wake up and I start to try and load my ballistic jump, but my arms just won't work. Come back here, you.
You have like this weird cogent like dream, like you're in this weird fugue state, but
He's going away. I can't let them leave.
Can Jake pounce on him?
well, considering that he is a 3-year-old in the middle of the wilderness, he's not actually going to wander off. He's just going to be very happy and, I hope he dies.
when he becomes like a crossroads, he's like, I can't cross this without an adult present.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he walks back.
Lord Dapperton said to look both ways.
I said to look neither way, only at me, always at me.
One way at me.
Yes, I am your son and your god.
Oh god. So
And I
you-
look down at my 3 frostbats and I say, I'm sorry you had to see all of that.
Yeah.
Their eyes glow red.
I assume
Yeah.
we drag him to his
Yeah.
reptilian.
You
pavilion.
drag him to
like-
Jake, and then you begin your slow walk back to well, actually,
I don't think we
we just
we
camp
haven't
out?
solved anything. We just almost got fucked up.
Can we camp out and heal?
you can camp out. I mean,
Yeah.
you are
Crash
within distance still
Crash
of
out.
some goblins that know that you're there.
Oh.
They're trapped in an ice cave, though.
I mean, can I do like a history of like the area? Because I mean, I've been around. 'Cause
History of
like,
ice.
yeah.
How often are
history of
goblins
the
in
landscape.
ice?
Like,
Do history of the
like
landscape.
cities
Does
Yeah.
the
that
landscape
maybe
have
no
a
one knows
history
about.
of being a good place to
Or can I
sleep
do like a
at?
search for like? Because I mean, there are other druids in the area. Maybe
Yeah.
they've marked like
Are
safe
there?
houses. Yeah, they're now druidic and they mark it.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
no-
yeah.
with-
I know a guy. He knows a mountain. Hey.
Yeah.
I know 2
Who
other
knows the
druids.
tree? Who knows the
That's all we
rock?
got. No one thinks a
Roll,
druid up here. Just let us
roll-
know.
I'm gonna see if my friends are around.
Whatever perception, I guess.
History or
History.
nature.
Nature. Let's do. Doesn't matter. 9.
9.
Not great.
Well, so you know that towns generally are where you can get a good
Where you
rest in,
sleep.
and
You have an
Can
elementary
we
education.
stealth
of
our way to
civilization.
town? Because it's embarrassing.
yeah. So you go into
Slink back into town.
Yeah.
Me just unconscious over my saddle. Brr.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to be inconspicuous.
Just barfing up blood. Brr.
And,
Yeah, luminescent blood too.
and you sleep a night. You get all your health back. Dap, you regain some hit points,
Ooh, a D4. 2.
and then you can spend your hit dice.
Spend your hit dice?
Yeah,
So if any of you want to roll your hit dice,
What does that
Which
mean?
is so see you have a D8.
Okay.
so that's you roll it during a short rest, and you can get that many hit
What
points.
if I'm
back.
at full health?
Oh, if you're at full health, you're fine.
Got
I have a
it.
D8
Yeah, how
too.
much experience do we get for that?
Well, we killed a couple things actually. So.
Yeah, you killed. Let's see, you killed 4, 5
We,
hobgoblins.
I won't say navigate a dungeon, but we didn't. We went through it. Yeah.
We definitely
There was
got
a
to
tiny,
the end
a tiny dragon tease. Just we saw a little
Yeah.
nipple of the dragon.
Nip slip, dragon nip slip.
100 divided by
Oh man, I should have been like bros with the dragon and be like, dragon!
Yeah, you could have tried bonding, but he would have straight up killed you real fast.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
each of you
Well, everything else is
gets
killing you real fast.
150 experience points.
What did we have from last time?
50.
I have 50, yeah.
We're at 200.
You're at 200. You're almost to level 2, guys.
We almost died too.
So wait, we're at 150 now?
Yeah, no, we're 200. We're
Yeah,
200.
200 total.
That's fantastic, and this might be a
Swarf.
good place for us.
Swarf,
to-
swarf, swarf.
Yeah, and so you can continue your investigation next time.
Hopefully more successfully. For the unnamed.
So I honestly
Yeah.
honestly thought you guys
Fart in the middle of my dramatic proclamation.
That was a period at the end of that, wasn't there? Ellipses, perhaps?
Next time on.
It pretty much describes pretty well this went.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you guys would run away a lot quicker when reinforcements showed up.
Fuck
That's
that
not
shit.
our
I thought we
thing.
could trap it sufficiently to kill everything in a fell swoop in a really cool like David D&D way, but no.
I was expecting the gunpowder to be more of like
More
a
exploding.
cataclysmic.
Like I'm pictured Helm's Deep. How about that?
Yeah.
Like, totally.
I'm like, oh, cool.
And that's why he falls down the well and it makes all those clanging noises, and he's like, oh
It was
no.
more like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
You're fucked.
Yes.